What's going on, everyone? My name is BoIt, and I'm back with some more Age of Titans action, jumping into game number 2 between Swedish Chef and Smoort. Both guys going through random gods spawning in the left-hand side of the map. In blue color, again, is Swedish Chef playing Odin, his opponent today. In the red color playing set is Smoort. The map is Watering Hole. So let's just talk about this matchup, because two things can be said. One, it's a really good map for Norse. Two, it's an even better map for Set. So, unfortunately for Swedish Chef, he's gonna have to somehow abuse the fact he's got a really nice economy from the food. If we can see that great hunt that he had used right there with, I wish I could just select it. I can't. Come on. There we go. He's got 12 gazelle in his starting hunt. Amazing, and he's already finished the first one. That's how fast Odin hunts those gazelle. So hopefully Swedish Chef can figure out a way to use that economic advantage to deal with the military advantage which Smoort's going to get from converting rhinoceros from elephant and all that other stuff. He also has to be aware of the aggressive play that set players can do with that early shifting sands, as well as the priest pharaoh push with animals right at 430. It's really, really strong, really difficult to deal with. Often you'll see Norse players lose in a very quick time on this map. Often when I play this map, I'll have to build an extra ox cart in the arcade games, just because I don't want to have to be dealing with that stuff. It's much pain. It's also kind of good to have that second ox cart out as well. It's a little bit more efficiency. You can get a couple of gatherers on separate gazelle, and you can have some efficiency there. This is still pretty efficient. However, it's actually really efficient if you were to move that ox cart. There's scouting going on by Swedish Chef. He's looking around the map, seeing what's about. We do see some hippopotamus over here, some lion over here, and have some elephant over here. So we see Smoort opting for the really aggressive lion over the elephant right away, just because the speed's a little bit faster. That's why you go for them. And then you're going to convert these elephant for those real meaty shield. You do 12 damage, absolutely insane. I'm not sure what their stats are when they get converted, so I'll have to look at that. But man, those units are strong. Very difficult to deal with. As well as this gold mine here, so open. I mean, there's 2 sentry towers here, but it's in the second worst spot it could be. If it was over here, it'd be even worse. That's here. Gonna see Swedish Chef wall off this spot and attempt to wall off over here as well. Watering holes also obnoxiously open. It's sort of like a savannah, except it's sort of like a savannah for Swedish Chef, except not a savannah for Smoort. So Smoort's got all the advantages this game. I don't mean to like put my eggs in one basket, but like Swedish Chef's gonna have to pull something out of the bag here to win this game. We just see the temple going up, see the monuments up. However, in saying that, I say all of this stuff about the map, which is bad for Swedish Chef, but I forget to notice this one thing, and that's the wood line for Smoort here is absolutely disgusting. It's not often that your closest wood is outside of your watering hole. I mean, that's kind of close, but it's not as close as this one compared to like town center. There, yeah. So Smoort gonna have some issues with wood, and that's probably gonna put him on a tilt. You know, if I'm ever playing this game against someone good, and I'm like, I see I don't have any wood, a bunch of the advantages that are actually for this map go out of the window, and I'm just like, god damn it, finally get a good map and no wood. But in saying that, map's absolutely horrendous for Swedish Chef, so hopefully he can do something with that. The lion running right by that Ulfsark, probably should have attacked that one. Unfortunately, he's running over to this house. Pop that one down. It's attacking that house. Doesn't want to have a bar of it. Smoort's other lion probably going to come over there as well. If he can pick off that house, that's 40 wood. It's pretty good, I suppose. You see that Fatar is getting researched there by Smoort. Yeah, nice stuff. Swedish Chef going through Freya, though I missed that one. He's also gathering from pigs for some reason. When there's a rhino over here, I'm not 100% sure on that one. We see a longhouse going up now for Swedish Chef. The Valkyrie going to come over here, pick off this lion, and prevent his house from going down. And the wall's finally going to get picked off. What Swedish Chef really wants to do is to kill both of these lions and force the vision out. Yeah, he wants to force the vision out basically, and he's probably gonna shoot that lion down, kill that one off, and he's gonna be in a pretty nice spot. He's not gonna have to deal with any priest aggression because of the walls going up, but the vision plus Vitar is gonna go down now. If I was him, I saw the vision, I would just garrison my ox cart and let him take 2 dwarves. So that's all he's gonna get. I'll just garrison that ox cart. It's not gonna do it. He's gonna lose an ox cart and 2 dwarves. Get 3 gatherers. He does opt for the 3 gatherers in the ox cart. I didn't realize you could. I always go for the dwarves because I'm obviously very bad at this game. I normally go for the dwarves because I'm like, well, they cost 70 gold and they take longer to build, so I should get them. But you can get 3 gatherers and an ox cart, so that's always better. Anyways, yeah, Swedish Chef dealt with that earlier aggression pretty well. Lost the 3 villages, lost the ox cart, but it was on a wood line, not on the food line, so that's good. It being on the wood line means that he's already chucked his longhouse down, he's already doing what he wants. He's going to be grabbing his second town center. Looks like he's going to play a little bit defensively here. Not getting any units out of his longhouse just yet means that he's opting for that early economic prowess, and maybe even going to be opting for some sort of Ragnarok play here. Often that's what you do as a Norse player when you get this early second town center. I say earlier, it's already 7 minutes and 15 seconds when he advanced at the 4-minute 30 mark. So it's not that early, but it's still pretty early considering the amount of military he has. And this Valkyrie just trying to pick off this gate. Probably not going to do that. Probably he might get through it eventually, but not 100% sure on what he's going to attain from that by doing that anyways. He's moving these priests over here, so that Valkyrie is going to feel some pain, going to have to move him away. Obviously some raiding cavalry coming into the fray as well, but they're not going to want a piece of that anyways, because the Wadget, all that other good stuff. We see Nephthys from Smoort. Smoort now chucking down his Migdal stronghold at the front of his base. That's probably a interesting decision to put it there. I don't really know where I would have put it, but right here it's not protected. It's not really gaining any ground, so why not put it behind the tower? Generally, that's my thinking. I don't want to entice my opponent into attacking this. I want it to be at full HP, but he does get a little bit more ground out here. It's not really the best thing ever. So he's got 8 villages on wood, so he's going to be able to pump out a bunch of those chariot archers. Siege workshop going down now. Swedish Chef finishing his second town center, chucking down the armory. We're going to go for that second age. He's probably got these dwarves on auto queue, going to pop them onto the gold mine, and he's auto queuing these gatherers onto food. So he's got an amount of food that is huge. He's actually taking villages off wood as well. So this is a really intelligent thing to do. He even like structured this in his head. He's like, I'm saving this rhino to use my wood villages to gather from it. Really, really clever. It's going to allow him to get to the heroic age really quickly. He's going to get that Skadi up, and then he's already got it. No, but he's going to get Skadi, and he's going to be able to deal with ancestors. That's the aim, at least. These chariot archers aren't going to do anything because it's completely walled in. So his strategy really clever. As like I said, really like 3 times there, but I couldn't stress how clever it was. Anyways, picking off that Pharaoh, not quite a 7 health. Want to reheal that one as soon as possible. He is doing so. You want to stop the Pharaoh though. It's going to reheal him a little bit quicker, and by a little bit I mean a lot. And he's going to come over Got these idle chariots, probably on the way over there now. And that Valkyrie unfortunately getting caught by Smoort there. It's my phone ding. I put it on to silent like it should have been. And the chariot archers of Smoort deciding they can't do anything, going to leave running over here. And looks like Swedish Chef moving back over to his original goal to pick off this wall. So he's controlling Smoort's movements with 4 raiding coverage, which is really nice. Advancing, and there we go. He's advancing through Skadi. He's got a bunch of villages on gold. Dwarves on gold, so he's going to be able to pump out a bunch of those frost giants and or fire giants if he goes through Balder. We see Swedish Chef running through the back line of, running through that base of Smoort. Unfortunately for Smoort, he doesn't have what do you call it? He doesn't have cavalry out, so he can't deal with these 4 too easily. I would probably even forest fire this. There's a camp over here of trees, but if you forest fire this, he has to come over here, and then you can put pressure on the wall, and you can come over here, and you can put pressure over there, and you're basically wood starving him when his primary units are wood-based units. Unfortunately, Swedish Chef can lose every one of these medium raiders to a Scorpion Man, but they probably don't have much use. Hill fort's going up now. He's going to be producing a bunch of Huskarl from that. He has heaps of villages on the wood line here, and they probably even got the. They don't. Spoke too soon. Like Swedish Chef wants to chuck a hill fort outside of his base. He's going to come out there and see that there's already chariot archers out here. He's going to say, "Ah, no!" Run away from that. Deletes that, and he starts producing Jarls. I'm just calling it all wrong here. I just thought that he was going to produce Huskarls, but Jarls are really good because they deal with the animals really nicely, as well as Scorpion Man and Wadjet. The interesting thing about the set army is that they're myth units, and their main unit composition is wood based, because they've got Scorpion Man, they've got Chariot Archers, they've got Siege Towers, all wood based units. Really interesting thing to note about Egyptian. Until they start producing war elephants. So you can put like 11 to you can put like 15 villages on wood, and that's not too many, because you're just going to be producing so many wood-based units. Swedish Chef though, he's really pumping out these units, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a market in the top corner here, and he starts producing a trade route. Now, if I was Swedish Chef, I would have kept an eye on this and kept on trying to see what my opponent's doing. He's got no line of sight here. This entire army of Smoort is not pressuring here. So the difference between someone who's really confident with their army and someone who's a little bit uneasy about it is he would have stayed here. He would have stayed here and just stopped this from happening. Now Swedish Chef can grab this town center for free, not having to fight yet. He doesn't even have completely popped out army. He's probably sitting at like 90 population to 120, not 130 at all. And Smoort probably sitting at 130 at the moment with all of these really strong chariot archers. We do see that Smoort grabbing the golden lion relic. That's going to go into two of those lions, and he is also researching Shadoof, which is going to allow him to get the cheap farms, which is always good. And we see that Smoort moving his chariots into an unfortunate position, and he's going to probably lose a couple of those. And also you can see that pathing issues there, losing one chariot archer, and he's just sending the other one off around. He's going to sacrifice that one. Probably going to lose a second one as well if he were to micro that Huskarl. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Smoort grabbing this settlement now. Probably not the best idea considering he just lost a bunch of chariot archers. And these units all counter his units at the moment. So he's got the Jarls, he's got the Huskarls, he's got this Frost Giant coming in here. We've got the town center going up. What's his name? With Jedkarl empowering that town center. It's going to get up eventually unless it gets stopped, and it looks like the Frost Giant's going to be enough to stop that one going up, and he does manage to do so. Need to get that Ulfshug to attack the Pharaoh there, going to prevent that one from going up. And the Swedish Chef are really manhandling his way through Smoort's army there. Smoort really needed some more Scorpion Men in that army in order to deal with all of those Huskarls, maybe even some Spearmen or something like that. The Cameron now coming out to deal with Ulfjars, but he's still got no counter for those Huskarl right there. I think if Swedish Chef were to chuck down a hill fort on this location, it'd be really clever. It'll allow him to control the map nicely and force Smoort to have to play some sort of technology game rather than the army game he's trying to play at the moment. But instead we see small Swedish Chef grabbing the town center. It's not a bad idea. It's pretty much the same thing, except doesn't do as much damage as a hill fort. I don't think. You got 12 damage versus 10, so okay. We do see that Smoort now having to deal with this though, moving his siege towers into the fray. The Migdal stronghold going up for Smoort, that's going to prevent Swedish Chef from really putting any pressure into here. This Migdal stronghold going up really quickly though. Unfortunately for Swedish Chef, he's probably not going to be able to finish this game here. He's got the 2 Scorpion Men running away from the Jarl and the throwing axeman. I wonder what he's doing. He does have that market up in the top corner, auto queuing. He's got some farms going on over here. He's got some of these units will really need to get out of here. Unfortunately for Swedish Chef, he's losing a lot of units here for free. And Smoort going to get these siege towers back onto this settlement, and all of that work that those throwing axemen were doing, they get dismantled in 3 swift hits. The siege tower going to die though as well, so it's not a big loss for Swedish Chef. Again, Swedish Chef trying to rebuild that and really wants that forward town center. Does not want Smoort to get that one bit. And he can just keep flooding units. He's only got like 4 production buildings, but his units are at this point in the game really strong. Ancestor's now going down for Smoort, gonna force out the Frost, and then he's gonna use the Jarl and the Huskarl to kill off all of these units here. Jarls have had that bonus against the Myth units, so that's, what is it? 300% bonus versus Myth units, and they've already got 10 damage. So he's hitting for 30 each of those hits. Which is really big. I say really too much this game, this guys, but I don't know why. Anyways, Chariot Archers continuing to get spawned here. That Frost is not really going to help him out too much because there's so many Chariot Archers here, and they can pretty much just knock out those Ulf Jarls and then start working away at the Huskarls building this up. I think Swedish Chef is overcommitting here. He needs to back up and think about a different way to do this, because Smoort's got the towers up, he's got the Migdal stronghold up, and he's going to secure this position. Swedish Chef does have an economic advantage at the moment. You can probably see he does have the bow saw, the irrigation, the shaft mine, and also that fast farming upgrade. And he's got gatherers and dwarves producing, as well as ox caravans, so he's got a bunch of stuff going for him. He's also got the pierce upgrades at the moment. You might want to consider getting up a hill fort or something like that. And now Smoort making a very aggressive move here, does not have this town center up yet, and again he's moving his army into the Swedish Chefs without too much care right there. He needs to really be aware of what's going on. Whenever you move your army into an unknown area, well, it's kind of not unknown, whenever you know your opponent's somewhere near, you need to have tabs on that. You need to go, okay, it's right there, turn around straight away instead of taking that free damage. He does have priest though, and he didn't lose any units, so it's not the end of the world. Reheal those ones up, and yeah, if we come back over to Smoort's economic upgrades, we do see he's got the carpenter's upgrade, shaft mine, irrigation, so these upgrades are doing really well as well. It's just the fact he hasn't started a trade route too well yet. He's just started it, doesn't have the population yet to get those ones out. Swedish Chef making another push over here. Is he advancing to the next age, or is he just continuing to spam? Continuing to spam those units into this. I feel like if he were to go to the next age, it would be probably a better decision. Fighting here is really bad just because there's 2 towers, a Migdal stronghold, and there's a Pharaoh empowering this. Even though the villages are getting picked off, the Pharaoh just keeps this going up incredibly quickly. If he old S's these villages, it's really good for him. Unfortunately, Swedish Chef going to be losing his advantage if he continues to do this. Nice forest fire though. I'm going to be picking off a bunch of those heavy chariots there, allowing the Huskarl to come in here. Town center is so close to getting up, and I think it will get up as well, even though it's only got 2 villages on it. Like Swedish Chef losing all of his units. He's putting a lot into protecting it here, but Smoort has all of the chariots, he's got all the units here, and basically he's sort of in a bit of a tough spot here. Gonna have to think about some other way to win this game. Town center does get up, and I think the best option here is either to push through with a rag, even though this is a really defensible position, or go for that ballista fire giant composition. Yeah, I said it. It's been a while since I've been talking about the ballista fire giant composition. So strong, so strong. I don't think that set has a way to deal with it because he doesn't really have anything that can deal with it if it's set up correctly. Because he doesn't have, I mean, he could use meteor, I suppose, or tornado, but after that's done, it's a hard life. You see the heavy Huskarl have been produced for Swedish Chef. Swedish Chef sitting at the 160 or 160 population. Smoort probably sitting at 145 or 145 at the moment. I'm 100% sure. The heavy Jarl coming in here. Actually, they're great Jarl. They're not really going to do all too much. I don't know why he's sacrificing these. He's picking off a couple of chariots, probably worthwhile in terms of resources, but these units are so good that I'm not sure if it's so worthwhile. I think if Swedish Chef were to hit this gold mine, it would be really good though. Considering that's the only gold mine behind the walls that he's got, we'll see if he does manage to set that on up there. And we do see that Smoort now pushing in with his chariots and his army here. The dwarfs coming off the gold mine there to stop this hill fort from going down is gonna grab that. Architects does have masons, so his buildings do survive for quite a long time. He's gonna attempt to pick off the hill fort, but it's taken a little bit too long here. And got it down to 60 HP. The war elephants will be able to pick that one off, and the siege tower coming in here for that final hit, gonna pick that one off and force Swedish Chef back into his base, force him away from the gold mines. He does have a lot of ox caravans though. Balda at 75%. Smoort has to be really careful now as to not get out of position and get caught out by this Ragnarok that's going to come in. Architect's coming up now, and I want to see what the upgrades are like. He does have classical upgrades, needs to work on getting heroic upgrades at least to make this Ragnarok worthwhile. Another temple going up, wants to produce those fire giants right away. He's probably sitting on 100 favor or something because we haven't seen him produce anything. Swedish Chef moving his Huskarl around here, wants to jump onto this gold mine right away. If we jump into the post game right now and we check out what the economy is like, we see 122 civilian units, and there's probably 20 or so ox caravans, so that's like 300 population Ragnarok. He's still using his villagers to pick off the siege tower, so he's not that rush worthy of this Ragnarok. We see watchtowers going up everywhere. We see siege workshops going down. We probably see a bunch of barracks going down as well. Not quite. He is chucking down a hill fort though, right in the face of Smoort. Smoort going to use his villagers to pick that one off. The fire giant here is going to be the story. You can produce the fire giants from both temples, but he's choosing to only get them from one. Siege tower now trying to pick off one of these hill forts. There is a couple of heroes here though. They can pick off fire giants really quickly, and there's no way to heal that one back up, so you don't want to be taking free damage from it, especially how huge those units are. Fortunately, the fire giant does get picked off. Didn't retreat that one in time, lost control of it. There we go, just as it's dying, a little death animation there, he does get sort of implodes. Now is the time that Swedish Chef wants to Ragnarok. He's got no gold mines. He's also got very little units on the field, so he's mostly just economy at the moment. You can see that in the score. This is going to be a huge Ragnarok. Waiting on armory? Is that what we're waiting on? Where is his armory? There we go. He's waiting on the iron upgrades. He's already got them researching, so that's a good thing for Swedish Chef. We do see that Masons has been researched. Architects also need to get researched. Thoth being researched. Not sure about that one. Maybe saving those resources. That's 1,000 food and wood that he can use. To see that Ragnarok does get produced right there. If we quickly jump over to the post game, we see all population. He's up at doesn't say. No. Anyways, there's a lot of Ragnarok heroes here. You can see that all coming in from all sides, and you might wonder how he does this so fast. Well, what happens is you have an idle military banner, and you can shift click on that to select 30 of these heroes of Ragnarok. and following that you can continue to do that, and then auto attack move, and then send them going. You see the Swedish Chef has begun researching Secrets of the Titans, wants to get that Titan out in order to deal a bunch of damage. This is not the spot you want to attack at, Swedish Chef. No sir, at all. There's so many towers here, guard towers and such. However, if he does come in over here and pick up this location, then, or even like the home base, that'd be really good as well. We'll see what he does choose to do there. If he picks off the trade route as well, it's really good. And I'm not sure exactly what Smoort can do here in order to deal with this multi-pronged attack. Also, I don't know where he's going to build the Titan Gate. If he builds it like right here, that'd be so cute. But we'll see exactly what he does do there. Mercenary getting built there for Smoort. Smoort doesn't have a lot of gold, it seems, because those mercenary have been stopped building. This town center is going to go down. Going to go to Swedish Chef. He's going to be able to build that one. Titan Gate does get researched there. Where is he going to? Or is he just going to attack and like right here? Does he have any units? He's using two rag heroes. That's it. Nice one. Nice one. Smoort tapping out saying GG. That was a really well played game by Swedish Chef. I feel like Smoort probably could have done a little bit more economically and like macroing. You always fall behind. And he has this going on. That's why you always fall behind a set against Norse. And people don't understand that. They always like, oh, Norse so underpowered. But Norse is really strong if you can't damage them. So while Swedish Chef was putting all this pressure onto Smoort, he was booming behind it, and that allowed him to really get a really strong Ragnarok off, and then into a really nice two-pronged attack, cutting off the trade route, cutting off the corners, killing off the town center, and winning the game. So well played there by Swedish Chef, 2-0 for him. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and I'll see you guys next time.